Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of Olde Thyme Knits. My name is Marie, and I'm coming to you from central New Hampshire. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. You can find me on Instagram as Olde Thyme Knits and on Ravelry as Olde Thyme Knits. So this is my podcast about all the things knitty and all the yarny goodness. I share my works in progress, my current finished objects, and any yarny acquisitions or other things that I might acquire along the way. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, then come on in and let's get started. I thought maybe I should talk about what I'm wearing. So today I am wearing the Musso by Espace Tricot. It's a free pattern on their website. And I did this in the Sonder Yarn Company in their Grace and Halo, which is their mohair silk, and it is crazy, amazing soft. So I didn't make any modifications to this pattern at all, but I'm going to stand up so that you can see what it looks like on me, hopefully. But I wasn't really sure I was super happy with the fit on this. I did go, down a size and did all the gauge and all of that, but I really can't decide what it is. It just feels like it makes me feel like straight, like I don't have any shape. And that's an okay fit sometimes, but maybe if I hadn't made it so long, because of course I always add length to my sweaters, but it's nice and it's super soft and it looks good. It was a wonderful knit. It was really easy to follow the pattern, and I always like it when I can learn new things, and the thing that I learned was the I-cord bind off on the sleeves. So pretty. What a beautiful detail. I had not done that before, so that was really, really interesting to learn that, and it didn't take too long. It does call for an I-cord bind off on the bottom of the sweater, but I really was afraid that it would be too tight, and so I just did a regular bind off. I think I may have gone up a needle size to give it a little bit looser bind off, so I didn't do the I-cord along the bottom, and then it just has like a rolled neck on it. But yeah, really nice knit. They have some of the most amazing patterns on that Espace Tricot, and they're all free, which is crazy because I mean it's just really awesome to have that option. I've made quite a few of their patterns, and if you haven't checked them out, you really should, because they got some great sweaters on there. So all right, so that's what I'm wearing. Okay, so let's start with finished objects, and my first finished object was a work in progress on my last episode, and these are my sweater weather socks. I actually do have two. It is a pair. So this is a self-striping yarn from Polka Dot Creek, and the name of the yarn is called Sweater Weather. It's just awesome, absolutely awesome, beautiful colors. So I used, this is a DK weight. I used US 3.25 millimeter needles. I did a 48 stitch cast on, 32-inch rounds on the leg, heel flap and gusset, and I do 44 rounds on my foot because I have a big giant foot. This yarn is really nice, and the color is just super. So I can't wait to wear these, and now that I have actually shown them, I'll be able to wear them right away. So that is finished object number 1. All right, my next finished object was a test knit, and I haven't done too many test knits, but boy, it's kind of a neat process. And so the designer has said that we can share. So this is the item. It's the Winter Peaks cowl, and it's mosaic knitting. So you're only working with one color at a time. Which is nice because I don't have a whole lot of color work experience, and you know I'm always learning, so I will you know, probably do a color work sweater down the road here, and probably sooner rather than later. But anyway, so here it is. Sorry. So I did it opposite of the designer. They used the darker color as their main and the lighter as their contrast, and I did the opposite. This is the Cascade 220 Heathers yarn. What a great gift knit. This would be fantastic for Christmas knitting. It really, it just took me a couple of days to do. So let me put it on for you. There we go. And I like it because it's not a huge, giant, bulky thing around my neck. But I really like that pattern. So it was really easy mosaic knitting. I really hadn't done anything in the, you know, mosaic, a bigger project in mosaic. So this was really fun. It just took me a couple of days because I had some time to get it done. So I used, this is a Cascade 220. And they only have color numbers on their tags. I used color number 8401, which is this, it's like a cranberry. It's really a great red. And then the other color number was 1000, and that's this gray color. So I think I really might like to make another one of these in, you know, in an alternative colors. I think I'm gonna make some for Christmas, actually. So the designer is Carrie Sinks from Dark Lake Fiber Arts. And the only modification that I did to this was the pattern calls for a size 7 needle, and I went up to a size 8 because I knew I would be doing the mosaic and the slip stitches, and that tends to tighten up on me. So, but yeah, it was a great knit. It was, it's still a little damp because I just pulled it off the blocking mat, but it really was easy, and I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but yeah, so that is my second and last finished object. All right, so I'm going to move on to works in progress. So my first works in progress is in this little bag from Little Robin Cottage, whom I absolutely adore. Lacey, she makes great project bags. She's got an Etsy shop, and I will link her down below. And if I didn't say so, I will link everything that I talk about down below. But I really like her bags. They're very high quality, and she always includes a little sweet treat with them. So yeah. All right, so let's see what we got in here. Okay. So this is a half-finished object, and it's a sock. And this is for my granddaughter, who has fallen in love with socks all of a sudden. It was sweaters for the longest time. And I'm kind of glad it's socks. It makes it a little bit quicker and a little bit easier. So this is the Regia yarn, and this is actually the 6-ply. So that's a little bit thicker, and I'm able to do these on a US 3 needle, and I use my own recipe for her. it was a lot of trial and error for her because she's kind of got a wide part around the back of her heel to the top of her foot is kind of wide. So I was having trouble with just doing a generic. So I cast on 40 stitches for the cuff. I do 10 rounds on the cuff, 10 rounds on the leg, and then I do my heel. And when I do the gusset decreases, I just don't decrease all the way back to the original amount of stitches. I think I decreased to 42 stitches instead of 40. And that seems to give her a little bit more stretch across there, which is right like this. So it seems like that's going to work a little bit better for her. And, you know, you don't think 2 stitches is going to make a difference, but it was just enough to tweak it so it didn't pull and stretch and be uncomfortable. So I got one sock done, and I have a mess. Sorry. A big mess. Oh, don't you hate that? You put something in a project bag and you can't... it's a big mess. Sorry. But I have just the second cuff started. And I always do all of my socks on Magic Loop, and I, like everybody else, I love the Chow Goose. This is a US size 3, I think I said that. And also, my granddaughter has asked me to learn to knit. She has been dying to learn to knit. So she's just 9 years old. And so I got out some needles and I decided to give it a go. And boy, did that girl pick up on it fast. I will put some video in here somewhere of her knitting. I was so blown away. And boy, it makes your heart so full when somebody picks up on it. You can see that she's interested in it, and it's not just a task, that she's really into it. And she keeps saying she just can't wait to make socks like me. So we'll see. I said to her socks are a little ways off, but I was thrilled to have her be that excited about something. And you know, who doesn't want somebody to follow in your footsteps? So she's very knit worthy. So anyway, that was my first. All right, my next work in progress is my Wave of Change jacket, which I showed you before. And it's coming along. Sorry, there we go. There it is. And this is Expression Fiber Arts in the Timekeeper colorway. So I've gotten split for the sleeves, gotten to the body, and down one sleeve. And then I realized that I do not have enough yarn. So this is their buttery bulky base, and I ordered six skeins when I ordered this, and I probably should have ordered 7, but I'm just figuring that out. So I can't quite remember what the yarn was called for in the pattern, but whatever it was like 150 yards on a skein. And this particular kind that I'm using is this has only 120 yards on it. So I miscalculated somehow on the amount that I needed. So I did contact them over at Expression Fiber Arts, and I did receive an email back that said that they would forward the information to see if maybe some more chunky or bulky could be dyed, but that it would probably be 2 or 3 weeks, and that I had to go on a list and be contacted if and when it was listed. So that was kind of a bummer, because I mean, I have a partial sweater, and what am I gonna do? So I did go on their website, and I found they had their Dreamy DK in the same colorway. And so I still have a skein to do the arm and an additional skein to work on the body. I don't know how far it's going to get me, but you guys know I'm a tall person, and I don't think it's going to be enough. So this is, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. This one sleeve that I have done brought me to the cuff, and that's where I ran out. So I got the DK coming, and I'm going to try it holding it double to complete. this skein that I have one will get me to the end of the cuff on this sleeve. And then, you know, I'm not sure how much further on the body, how far it'll get me, but I'm just gonna have to wing it. That's one of those bummer things. I don't know. I just was not paying attention when I calculated. And so now I don't know if this will get me out of a pickle or not. And if it doesn't, then I'll just have to reevaluate what I'm going to do. I mean, maybe if that doesn't work, then down the road, maybe they'll list some more of this color in the bulky on their site, and, you know, maybe I can get another skein. But I'm kind of bummed because the fit on this is amazing, and I'm super anxious to get it off the needles so that I can wear it, because now is the perfect time for it. It's starting to cool down, and I kind of was hoping to have it for Rhinebeck, but I don't know. Anyway, the DK has been shipped, and so I will keep you posted. But don't you hate when stuff like that happens? It just... what a bummer. What a bummer. But hopefully I can solve it. We'll see. I will keep you posted and let you know on that. All right. And then my final work in progress is a languishing WIP. I decided to go dig around and see if I could pull it back out, because I remembered that I really did enjoy the project, but sometimes when I have a larger project, I lose steam, and I don't think that's uncommon, but I really do want to finish this, so I decided to dig it back out. So this is it. I just have it in a basket. This is, excuse me, this is called Pure Local. Pure Local. And this is from Jill Zielinski is the designer. And the pattern calls for fingering weight, but I had a lot of sport weight, so I used the sport weight, and it is so good. And I really don't have much further to go. I don't know, just a couple more different sections. But the thing that I really liked about this is each section had something different going on. You know, there's some garter, there's some eyelets, there's some stripes, there's this. Sorry for that. Obviously, I have ends to weave in. This. Yeah, so I really liked it because I really felt like, and this is a zigzag stitch, I felt like it really kept my interest, and I don't know why I put it down. But anyway, I picked it back up, and I really need to finish it because I think it's going to block beautifully. So let's talk about the yarns. I am using a size 5 needle. The yarns that I'm using 3 from one supplier and 3 from another, and 3 of them are the Plucky Knitter, whom I love. This is her Primo Sport. It's 275 yards, and it's got 75 merino, 20 cashmere, and 5% nylon. So the cashmere makes it so drapey. And I have 3 of her colors. I have a denim, and this is called Barn Red. And then this is called Sock Monkey. Sorry, they're a little messy. They're down in a basket. There's a lot of color management on this. Excuse me. All right, and then the other company is our local to us company, and it's called Smitten. Sorry, Smitten Yarn Company, and they're here in New Hampshire. Probably like 25 minutes from me. And this is on their Superwash Merino sport base. And theirs is the sorry, free. The green, the gold, and the plum color. These are beautiful. They really are. So all of the 6 different yarns really play well together, and this is so squishy. I'm sorry for all my ends. That's just the way it is when you do this, but boy, this is going to be amazing, and it's got so much great drape to it. I'm hoping that you guys can see all of that. Yeah. So I am going to hopefully, you know, work hard to get this done. I'm not really all that far away. I would guess that I'm probably a good 80% of the way. And don't you hate that when you get a project like this and then, you know, you lose steam on it for whatever reason? But I think it's going to be amazing when it's done, and particularly when it's blocked. So I probably like to have that on the back of my chair so I can have that for my morning coffee. All right, so let's see what else is in my works over here. Hold on. All right, and then lastly, I just thought I'd do a little chit chat with you. I don't really have any acquisitions because I'm trying to be good as I'm heading to Rhinebeck. I said that in my last video. So I've been kind of perusing through patterns and, you know, looking on Ravelry to kind of get an idea of maybe what I'm gonna scope out for yarn. Of course, that's all fine and dandy. We know that you know, you can do that. But then when you get there, you get overwhelmed, and I don't know. I'm really looking forward to the events beforehand, which is India Untangled and Woolen Folk. There are several vendors there that I know I want, you know, I want to purchase from, and one of them is Sonder Yarn Company, whom I love. I have used their yarn quite a bit, and boy, they have all kinds of good stuff. They have a Sunday morning DK, and I haven't tried that yet, so I'm anxious to try that. But boy, to be able to feel it, you know, and not just have to order online, that's a pretty big treat for me. And I have seen quite a few vendors at India Untangled as well. So I'm super looking forward to that, and I hope I don't spend all of my money there and not have any for Rhinebeck. But I really, I couldn't say enough about how excited I am. I'll get over it. Also, in other news, we are rounding out our camping season, and we are a couple of those fools who like to camp well into the fall season. I think some of the best camping is in the fall. You know, the campfire feels great, and it's all cozy and snuggly, and I like to knit by the campfire. And we recently visited a campground, and we pulled in and it was pretty close to being dark. So we didn't really know what our site really looked like. And when we woke up in the morning, we realized we were on this amazing riverfront site. And we were just kind of blown away. So I'll try and find some footage and put it in at the end here, because, you know, you got to eat up those little surprises when they happen. They don't happen all that often. So anyway, all right, well, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you again for joining me today, and anything I talk about, I will try and link it all down below. And I hope that you're enjoying life and enjoying the fall weather, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.